Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the 10th episode of the 3rd season of Overlord. And in the last episode, the Emperor of the Baharut Empire came over to Nazarick for a visit, and I'd say he had a pretty good time. They really rolled out the welcome wagon for him. You got to see all the beautiful maids, and I'm pretty sure he approved of that quite a lot. And he got to meet the Bone Daddy himself, and I think he was very impressed. And they had some, negotiations, and they became, wonderful allies that would never betray us. That's pretty much what happened last episode. And also, we found out the wizard guy did kind of betray, the Empire. So that's a thing. So yeah, let's get into the episode and see how things go today. 3, 2, 1, play. Oh right, yeah, he's now calling himself the Sorcerer King. Or Nyx for short. Indeed. Man, that's a look. I'm sure he has some opinions on this matter. All things considered. So yeah, I mean, there you go. On paper, yeah, the Baharut Empire is definitely supporting, the country of Nazarick. I could just watch Shaltir and Albedo just walk slowly for half an episode. I'd be okay with that. Of course, I'd be okay with, them doing that to me as well. Actually, I haven't seen the goblins in a while. I mean, lately we just kind of focused on the slaughter of Nazarick. Well, the slaughter that takes place in Nazarick. And, their slaughter. I'm curious what'll go down with this episode. Will it mostly focus on the BSD's kingdom and how they handle the whole Nazarick situation? Maybe. I'm expecting a lot of politics one way or the other. I mean, he owns it now. I think it's a bit more to it than that. Yes, we definitely have. uh, yeah, no giggling in front of the king. I mean, there kind of is when he's more powerful than anyone you have. Well, I doubt they'll complain. Yes, I'm sure you have an opinion worth hearing. In fact, I'm sure you do. He has to shake things up a bit. Are people gonna accept that? I doubt it. It's really not. It really wouldn't kill you. If you didn't, it'd be more of a pride reason than anything else. uh, yeah, because people really need an excuse. But I get where he's coming from. Yes, even if that fight will most likely be lost. And it's objectively a worse option, but... I mean, I'm sure most of you do. Took me a second to remember who that name belongs to. Delay tactics, fun. Well, I wonder how this will end. Probably not well for them. Uh, yeah, I mean, are you sure about this? Yes? I mean, that's a lot. uh, because the faces that other prince makes just creeps me out so much. Yeah. Yes, everyone's a fool but you. That's how life works. Smart man would have just given up the land. Why would you say that to his face instead of just yourself in a room? No, must put my mask back on. Okay. Oh. Oh. Wow. Dude. Just, yeah, you really shouldn't do that. I mean, no, it's not. Please stop. Wow. Nice. I'm sure you would have preferred pizza, but... it's not that big of a deal, don't worry. This guy. Like, maximum doting parents. uh, uh, just, man. Now that I know the show works, I'm worried about that kid getting killed. Show is ruining me. I mean, I guess more likely the father will get killed, but you know what I mean. Not fun. Huh. Interesting. Well, if he does, you're done for, so. You would be surprised, man. Yeah, he knows. He knows. I mean, I'd say it's more than 5 times, personally. Maybe 10 times would be more accurate. Probably higher, though. It'd be hard to calculate, really. Would you? Father! But I want to go kill people! Of course. That's a good question. Of course you do. That I probably should have seen that coming, yeah. That's about right. Phrasing, man. Phrasing. Nothing? Okay. Oh! What's the... Never mind. Man, it's such a hard job sitting in this chair giving orders, man. Yeah, that would be bad to have your first prince just die like that. I'm sure as well. Well, it's pointless to worry about what's already happened. I mean, I suppose, but I wouldn't count on that. Raven, he's gonna be a big character this arc, isn't he? Some of these names. Are you saying there's other attacks? Other commands? Whatever you said, I just, this is my first reaction of the day. I'm not fully awake. I bet you do. But, you know, with all the death flags you'd like to raise, I wouldn't expect anything. I'm pretty much convinced you're going to die soon. Yeah, don't look down on Raven, he's a cool guy. Stranoff. uh... I was right about getting a lot of BSD's Kingdom Politics this episode. Poke! 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 Why 3D for that? Not a lot of them. Not a lot. He's thinking he wants power. Huh. Climb, I think. That's Climb, right? It's been a while since we've seen him, but that's obviously Brain. No, wouldn't mistake Brain for anyone else. The only blue-haired character in the show, which is still weird. The show is usually pretty good about having realistic hair colors. Oh. That's some scary stuff right there. I know, right? That's kind of embarrassing. Haven't seen these three together for a while. Sounds disgusting, but okay. Yeah, it kind of is. Indeed. Yeah, especially, you know. uh, yeah, I remember that, the secret training. Why, you want a drink? Oh, okay, how'd that go? Well, his real home is Nazarick, but... I guess he'd be the best one to give it. Bunya, bunya, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I think that's what Ainz called her. You know, in the one scene. Yeah, sure. Of course not, I didn't think he was. He's a busy man, I'm afraid. I mean, it's alright. I mean, Yamano Susume has better views. But yeah, next episode we might get into some battling, but this episode's definitely the piece before that. Yeah, I don't want anything dirty from you. Wow. Just bros hanging out. That's cool. Well, you won't be having so much free time in the near future, so... Does it? I mean, maybe a little bit. But I mean, it could be worse. It could be like orange or gold or... I mean, it's no worse than ninjas wearing orange in the battle. But yeah, I guess I can respect that. He just looks so short when he's next to these other guys. Yeah, it will be your end. You have no idea. Because you're the only one here that truly knows the kind of threat that Ainz is. Even he doesn't fully understand it. But he knows enough to know you don't mess with him. Nice. Can you climb? I didn't think so. Oh man, it looks on like Brain's face. I I would say no after seeing that face. To think about this climb, you don't know how this might end. And yeah, is the episode really almost over? If so, that's impressive, because usually politics episodes go by pretty slowly. Here we go. I probably will. I have noticed he opted to wear the mask. I guess he doesn't want to show that he's a bony man to the others. I mean, sounds like it'd be useful. Define portion like the elites or skeletons. Yeah, it's no problem for us. Yeah, because he can just do that. Allow me to bring some of my men. Okay, so Death Knights. Nice. So it was, you know, a mix of both. There's Cnouki skeletons, and they're also sort of elite skeletons, so... Yeah, I mean, just one of them could take on probably 20 soldiers themselves, so... Actually, I'm not sure how many soldiers Death Knight could take on. I'm sure a lot. I don't think it will be quite how you think it'll go. He's preventing you from dying, sir. More names I'm not gonna remember. Or featured dead man, we'll see. One of the two. Yeah. Don't misunderstand, I don't care about my soldiers dying. What do you think? Yeah, seems like a nice guy. Okay, that was the 10th episode of the 3rd season of Overlord. And yeah, the episode honestly went by pretty quickly considering it was just mostly just politics, you know, the Re-Sized Kingdom talking about what they wanted to do in regards to the Empire's sudden declaration. They said, hey, you know, Nazarick is this thing, it has this land, so you give it to them because it rightfully belongs to them. You know, something like that. And they're like, what? No, what? No, that's our land. We're not just gonna give it to somebody. What do you think? Is this your new excuse to declare war on us or something? What is this nonsense? And then they just kind of discussed whether or not this was a good idea. And Strunov, Gazef, whatever you call him, what do you want to call him, he kind of was more leaning towards doing that because he knows how powerful Lions is, and he knows you don't piss him off. It's kind of a better option just to give them a little bit of land than to, you know, fight them, which would have a lot more losses, like without a doubt. But people weren't really very receptive to that. Some of them were thinking maybe he has some sort of connection to them, and yeah, I don't blame them for thinking that, because that is a little bit suspicious when you suddenly have an opinion that differs from most of the others and seems like it's an outlier opinion, and they don't trust him that much to begin with because of his humble birth and all that, which was obviously a thing. So yeah, that was, I don't know. He definitely needs to be careful with his words in discussing, you know, political matters like this. But basically, we established, you know, no, we're gonna go to war because it's the principle of the thing. You know, I have to be a strong-looking king for my people, so I'll make terrible decisions, you know, on that basis. You know, that's kind of where we're at. So yeah, I think it would have been better just to give Mines the land, you know, but no, they decided not to do that, so it's kind of a moot point. And then after that, we had a 2-month time skip because they mentioned delaying it for 2 months, so obviously there was nothing to do during that time frame, so we just kind of skipped past it. We also had a lot of stuff with Raven, Marquise Raven, and he seems to be definitely kind of being built up as a fairly important character for this arc. And he just, yeah, I mean, we had that scene with his wife and child and all that, and just very much a doting father type of character, like hardcore. Like, just wow, dude, just, I kind of see him in a little bit of a different light after that. That was a little bit unexpected, just to see how full-on father mode he goes. Just that whole dinner fish thing, just, yeah, it was kind of a nice little break in between the heavy political discussions. But we eventually got back to that, and discussing the details of how we were going to do things. The one prince wants to be very much involved. You know, despite the danger, he's really set on getting his glory in his results and all that for some reason. But people aren't a big fan of that because he's the prince, he's the successor to the throne. Combat means potentially dying. Dying means you can't succeed the throne, and then it would have to go to the other prince, and nobody wants that, let's be honest. So people are trying to really minimize the risk there, but he's not even having any of that. So the prince has definitely been kind of a pain in the ass in general, so, you know, that's unfortunate. We also had a scene near the end where he was marching with his 5,000 soldiers or whatever, and he's just being very uncooperative. Like, he's like, hey, one of the guys was like, hey, we can't really do what you're suggesting because a lot of these guys are foot soldiers. You can't just rush them, you know. A lot of them will probably die. It's like, don't misunderstand. I don't care about my soldiers' lives. I care about getting results. I care about my glory. That's what matters. So shut up and whip them if you have to and get this done. So yeah, that little scene there probably gave us the most insight to his character that we've gotten so far. At least I don't think we've gotten a lot with his character in the past, really. So yeah. Yeah, that was most of the stuff with the episode, but we did get some stuff with Brain, Stranoff, and Climb, which are, you know, all three of them are buddy-buddy. You know, they're bros, they were hanging out, having a good time, discussing various things like Climb's inability to sense killing intent behind him. That's not exactly what he said, but, you know, basically, about his armor, how his armor sucks, he needs new armor. Pretty much a lot of just throwing shade at Climb, which I can get behind because I don't particularly like Climb at all, unlike a certain, you know, princess. But yeah, it's been a while since we've seen Climb, so I guess it's nice to see he's still alive and kicking, I guess. But yeah, Brain's nice to see him too, see that he's doing okay. He obviously hasn't forgotten Sheltier, he still has that on his mind a lot. Apparently he went to visit Momon, but, you know, in regards to Sheltier, but that didn't really have much results because he wasn't there. Because he's a busy man, it's not even his real home. His real home is obviously Nazarick, so it's questionable how much time he really spends in that home. Probably not a lot. And just, what else was there with the episode? I mean, we just had, you know, talking about drinking and stuff there. About Ainz, about how powerful he is, that if Brain runs into him, Brain will likely die, so that might have been foreshadowing for a Brain-Ainz meeting at some point, maybe. I do really want a Stranoff-Ainz meeting, because they do have history, so that could definitely be a very, very interesting scene to see, nonetheless. I'm sure Stranoff would have some questions like, why? Why are you doing this? And it'd be cool to see what kind of answer Ainz could give to that. Really, so, yeah, Stranoff doesn't know Ainz is a skeleton man, though, right? I'm pretty sure he wore his silly mask with his meeting with Stranoff, like, he was a skeleton man when he talked to, when he saved the two sisters, but after that he's like, you know, maybe my skeleton face is making these things more difficult than it needs to be. Let's see, I'll get my, my mask. I don't remember the name of the mask. I know it has a name, I know they said the name before, but I don't remember. I want to say Anniversary Mask, but I don't know, I just know it was something that any game player could get pretty easily. But yeah, he was wearing that to the Bahamut Empire, so I guess, again, doesn't want people to know he's a skeleton man, except for Nyx and some of the higher-ups there, I guess. Yes, he was wearing the mask for a reason, of course. He always wears it for a reason. Yeah, I mean, that's really about it. I mean, we had some more discussions about the factions, the factions and how they've changed, and the king and how he wants things to go and regrets he's had, and just a lot of political stuff. I don't really have too much to comment on any of that. But this is definitely a calm before the storm sort of episode. Next episode, we'll start to get into the actual conflict here, because not only did we have all the Bahamut soldiers there with Ainz, but he just snapped his fingers. He said, "Hey, I got my own soldiers. Is it okay if I bring them over?" "Oh, sure, but I mean, we don't really have a lot of time to bring them here." No, it's cool, fam. Then just snapped his fingers, opened the giant gateway, and his legion of Death Knights just walked through, ready to wreck some Riestai's kingdom soldiers. So, yeah, I think we got this. I think the Riestai's kingdom don't know what they're getting themselves into when they declared war like this. I think they will realize pretty soon that they should have just taken the offer to begin with, and they will very soon regret not doing so. Thank you for watching, and thank you Cnouki, as well as everyone else, for doing what you can to support the channel. It means a lot to me, and I hope we can continue to grow the channel together. If you want to do more to support the channel, then you can become a patron on my Patreon and get cool rewards like early access to certain videos. Have a good one.